What's going on, folks? Before I make this video, disclaimer: this video has meant no harm to anyone. I'm making this video to spread love and educate people. It's educational to everyone, regardless of your color, creed, sexual orientation, or religious denomination. If you're willing to learn, you will learn today. You will learn more. Every day you will learn something new, especially about history, especially about anything. So if you got a tiny bit of humanity inside of you, you will understand that. With that being said, folks, let's start. So my question to you today, guys, who doesn't know Unilever? Who doesn't know the Lever brothers? Who doesn't know uh, their company or products or anything like that? Who doesn't know William Lever? I think a part it maybe it could be as many people as they don't know. Also, you find people that they know about him. Especially, I think because it's a bigger brand around the world, and a company that is actually big around the world. So, William Lever, he was a Viscount and he was industrialist basically, and I think what they said about him is a philanthropist, and he did a lot of good things to working class here in England, right? But on the other hand, he did a lot of heinous things, atrocities. He actually partnered with Leopold II, right? So where he's actually contributed in the killing or the death of almost half of the population in the Belgian Congo and West Africa. So he owned plantation in British West Africa. He owned plantation in the Belgian Congo. Right. So a lot of people don't know that, but right, guys, I'm here to educate you. All right. So I know a lot of educated people here. They might try to contest this, and they might say to you, "No, this has never really happened" or anything like that. But if you're free thinkers, you will free up your mind, and you free up yourself from mental slavery, whether you're white or black. We're all mentally enslaved, right? Why? Because uh, there's two sides to the story. There's two sides to every story. Maybe people arguing that this has never happened, and people argue it happens. Especially the people that it happened to them, they will see it as actually mental illness because you still argue with them. And the people that they're gonna contest this, I can guarantee you, most of the educated people. All right, guys. With that being said, let's start. Yeah. So so let me just flip the screen and show you exactly, just read you a little bit of the person that started the Lever Brothers, Unilever, whether in America, Belgium, Europe, here in the United Kingdom. All right, let's go. So, guys, folks, as you can see, this is William Lever. William Lever, basically, he was a Viscount, and he was born in this basically September. Viscount was 1851 to 1925. He was an English industrialist and philanthropist and a politician. So they're saying that it's basically, this is what they said about him. Yeah, but but there's another side of the story that never really said it, where he was a Liberal MP from Wirral and later as a Lord Leverhulme in the House of Lords as a peer, and he was an advocate for expansion of the British Empire, particularly in Africa and Asia. So he was an advocate, right, which is supplied palm oil. So this guy, right, William Lever, this guy was an advocate for the British expansion in West Africa, right? His firm had become associated with forced labour and atrocities in the Belgian Congo by 1911, right? So they'll tell you that. They set to you that, right? So he was an advocate, right? Guys, so they told you this guy was an advocate, right, for expansion of the British Empire, particularly in Africa, right? So it's basically he was heavily promoting the idea of basically plantation and the slavery in Africa and Asia. So he worked heavily and definitely so today, if you look at his company, it's still operating today and had a lot of money, right? They've had a lot of money. All right, let's go. Read furthermore. Right, so they're saying that's basically his firm had become associated with forced labour and atrocities, all right, in the Belgian Congo. But people were saying that Belgian Congo, it's not just the Belgian Congo. So because he works also in British West Africa, like Nigeria, other places, right? So what his companies? Sunlight Soap, Port Sunlight. Who doesn't know Port Sunlight? Port Sunlight. Where is Port Sunlight? Port Sunlight probably is in the Wirral, or Port Sunlight. Where, yeah, the Wirral Mersey, and the railway line at Babington. Yeah, the site become Port Sunlight, where he built his works and model village to house its employees from 1888, right? So if you can see that, yeah. So the guy, yeah, the guy he worked at, I think he had a lot of employees here in Britain, and he treated them really nice. This is proven facts again. He treated people of other colours as non-humans, that basically considered them non-humans, and that's what he treated them. So if you read about Africa in the early 1900s, Lever was using palm oil produced in the British West African colonies, yeah, West African like Nigeria, Ghana, other places. When he found it difficulties in obtaining more palm plantations concessions, right? So guys, so bear with me, guys. So people talking about what plantation concession. So that means he had a lot of plantation, but a lot about people fought him off, and there's a concession and everything. So he had to reallocate himself where the Belgian Congo was still at the time was still controlled by Leopold II. So he started again, right? So he started again a plantation there with the Belgian Congo, right? He partnered with them, right? It's basically he partnered with them to use slave labor, right? Slave labor and slavery, and open up a plantation. That the plantation was, as you can go at the bottom here and read, guys. You find that basically failing sufficient, he partnered with a Belgian Congo colonial agent to forcibly recruit Congolese men, yeah, and this is also they told you here, yeah, a program that reduced a population of the Congo by half and accounted for more death than the Holocaust, than the Nazi Holocaust, right? So this is horrific, guys. This is horrific. This motherfucker is actually done a lot. You know, this is double, honestly. So, guys, you know, whether you're black or white, if you got a tiny bit of humanity inside of you, you would literally see exactly what happens. Yeah, whether it's to you, it could happen to anyone, guys, in the planet. So now, why I'm sharing this history, guys, so in order to prevent this from happening again, whether to anyone, black or white, or any person in the planet, because we're all humans. All right, guys. So, but with that being said, yeah, let's go again. Yeah, let's go up here and read about the Lever brothers. Yeah, so the Lever brothers, they're saying that there you go, Lever brothers company. Yeah, they've got subsidiaries. There's a lot of subsidiaries there, like the subsidiaries, Unilevers, Margarine, other companies. There's a lot of subsidiaries. So if you go to their brand, yeah, Unilever brand, look at Unilever brand. Lynx, Dove, uh, Métis, Shaw. This is their products today. Simple, Road, Radox, right? VO5, you name it. Vaseline, all right. All of these kind of as a products of palm oil, guys. Palm oil has been produced where in the Congo and British West Africa, and that's heavily what was dependent. What was depending on it, still depending on slavery, right? Slavery still was heavily, and nowadays it's still there. So where are the plantation again, guys? If you go here, right, Verona is an agribusiness operating in the DRC Congo, right? DRC Congo. If you don't know where is the DRC, is the Congo, consists of what? 3 oil palm plantation, right? 3 oil palm plantation. The first of which was established in 1911. All right. So guys, you know what I mean. Don't think, yeah. So let's go back. Let's go back again to this guy here, yeah. Right. So they'll tell you here at the bottom, right? Right, guys, let's go back here. Go back at the bottom, yeah. They'll tell you at the bottom, yeah. So they're saying that the system known as forced labor. So if you see here, they said are documented by what? It's been documented here. When you click on that, you'll find it's been documented at the top here. The Congo forced labor, and this guy William Lever was involved in all of that, right? So as today, I'm speaking to you today in 2020, right? In 2020, all right, guys, I'm speaking to you today in 2020, July, yeah. This is still happening. These companies, right? The Unilever or the Lever brothers, and its subsidiaries, they're still operating today, and they've had a lot of money, and in revenues, they made a lot of money till this day. Till this day they make a lot of money, and this money has still been there. And imagine, and a lot of people who died as a result of this, of the palm oil, as a slavery in the plantation in Africa. Because why am I bringing this into attention? Because you guys, you only talk about American slavery, but that's actually just part of the little tiny story. The bigger story was started in Africa. A lot of people, that slavery started in Africa. People were being enslaved in Africa there first, and then after that they moved on there. After they didn't find really any workers here, then they started taking black people from Africa to work the rest of it. But the majority of the slavery happens in Africa. But people may don't know that. People never knew this, and that's why I've seen a lot of people just talk about American slavery. You need to spread it. All right, guys, you need to spread it. Why I'm saying this, because sometimes you have a lot of American brothers, right? They hate on Africans. They're saying that Africans sold them into slavery, but no, right? This is a false false a story that's been created. So what, to put people into division and everything like that. Same as a lot of people, my white brothers and sisters. Yeah, some of them that also don't know this story. So you have to go and check it for yourself, guys. And this is heinous. This is heinous, horrific, really. Yeah. So guys, if you got a tiny bit of humanity in you, you will understand this. Why I'm sharing this, because I just want to expose these people, and people need to understand this. And this is educational for everyone. Yeah. All right, family. If you know that, let me show you the revenue of today. As of today, basically what they generated. Right. The revenue of today. If you look at the revenue, so number of employees, about 250,000 employees, right? So then, if you go at the bottom, right? Wait a sec. Just wait a minute. Wait a sec. All right. So if you go at the bottom here, they'll tell you how much revenue. 51 billion or 52 billion euros in 2019 revenue. That's that money. You see what I'm saying? So they're still making a lot of money, even of a lot of white and black people, working class. Yeah, they didn't know that, and you know what I mean. So you never got involved in this. So most of these have companies that got involved in the situation, and but you guys, you're not to blame. So the company's to blame and everything. So guys, I'm just sharing this for educational purposes, and you can go anywhere you find it. Even if you can go there and find it yourself. In the artifacts as well, you can go there. Yeah, archives. You find a lot of history and the story about these William Lever and James Darcy, where they started the company, guys. They started the company in probably Warrington. Where? Warrington. Where's Warrington, guys? If you don't know, you people in America, if you don't know it, this is in England here, north of England, right? Just right before, I think, near Liverpool, close to Manchester. Yes, guys, this is where you understand. All right, guys, folks. Yeah, peace and love. Yeah, and I hope you learned something new today. Bye.